As the Philippines continues to deal with tropical depression Obet here in northern Luzon, we have another area back towards the Mariana Islands. Broad region of convection. There is a low-level circulation. It's very broad in this. It is bringing scattered showers already across Guam and even over towards Saipan. If guidance holds true at this time, this very well could develop and pull off here towards the west, eventually impacting the Philippines. Also, by the way, I do have a separate video on what is going on with Obet. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel here at Westpac Weather for more information detailing that storm system. For this one, I do want to talk about this area because a lot of you got questions, and at this time I don't have a lot of answers. It does look like it is going to drift towards the west into this area, from Yap over towards Palau. That is quite often very fertile for tropical cyclone development. It has lower wind shear since it's staying south of the cold surge off here towards the north. Not to mention, you got very warm sea surface temperatures across this area, which is going to allow for development as it kicks off here. The big thing, at least at this time, there is that broad low-level circulation just towards the south of Guam. It needs to kind of wrap up and get a little more organized for guidance to kind of get a good handle on this area. Models are really bad at initializing storms sometimes because there's just very limited data. It's only looking at satellite information and kind of computing what could happen. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at things like the GFS and you're thinking, oh wow, what does this mean? There is still some questions, but I'll get to why I think I have decent confidence in what some of the models are trying to say here in just a second. But I mean, just outside of the fact that climatologically, this is an area prone for further development as this pushes and pulls away from Guam. This is looking at the ECMWF heading in next Tuesday over towards Wednesday, moving towards Visayas, that is including places like Leyte, Samar, heading over there towards Cebu, southern Luzon. But there is still a lot of questions. If that cold surge isn't as strong, this could pull further towards the north. If it is, if it is stronger, it's further towards the south. So it just all depends on how that high pressure area develops. But here's some of the main points. Scattered showers for Guam, still early, but likely to develop. Most of the Philippines should really watch this area as it very well could be a straight runner. Now I want to show you this. All right, so of course we already talked about this graphic, but take a look at this. This is the GFS for next Thursday compared to the ECMWF. Now you see the ECMWF had that broad circulation in here, but it wasn't really picking up on any significant development as the GFS is. GFS in this scenario, only this scenario, I think actually might be onto something because anytime we get an area out here in the Philippine Sea, if it does develop and does start to strengthen, the intensity likely gets notched up prior to landfall if it stays south of that cold surge, which you can see right here, the surge line kind of being picked up there off towards northern Luzon still. So if it stays south of that, that would have been allowing for ample intensification or ample energy for intensification. And as always, our spaghettios. All right, so the spaghettios show confidence. And what does that mean? Well, the weather models you see, these pretty pictures, this is an operational model. It's an average of all of this. Now, if we see everything kind of thrown all over the place and intensities are different, it says, meh, low confidence, I'm not really too worried. This is the reason why, I'm making a separate video on this, and I'm kind of want to give you guys an early heads up. The GFS is throwing everything at a pretty tight pace and fairly strong towards the Philippines here, which tells me confidently that, there is a decent chance of something developing and intensifying out there in the Philippine Sea based on that long-range guidance with the ensembles, not the operational. Something I always want to look at if you want to get more detailed information on these tropical systems. For now, though, Guam, yes, you got those scattered showers out there, even over towards Saipan. That's going to stick through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and eventually by Tuesday and Wednesday, will eventually start to pull away from you, and then closer to the Philippines, we're going to begin to see those conditions arrive by the latter part of next week, Thursday, Friday, and over towards Saturday. Still some questions, though, on exact timing and all of that stuff. So, of course, continue to check back in for the latest information on the possibility of this storm system. If you want to continue to support this channel too, check out our Patreon. $2, $6, or $10 a month. You can really help us out here. Just making these graphics, and my goal basically everything right now supports the channel, everybody that's donating. But my goal eventually is to one day hopefully get enough viewers on here I can maybe do this full time. But you know, we all got our hopes and dreams, and that would be nice to be able to stay here in my home office. But for now, your donations pretty much support graphics. Just got a tripod right there, lighting, all that stuff. Mainly the weather computer that runs this. So as always, thanks for watching though, guys, and of course stay safe out there. I'll keep you posted as new information develops on this.